Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to witness one of the stupidest moves in Big Brother history. Possibly one of the stupidest moves in Big Brother history. For those of you that do not know yet, Jeff wins the veto this week in a really tight fucking game. I fucking came so goddamn close to winning, but that's not the story. The story was that Lawan is the replacement nominee. Lawan told me in that pool right over there, and if you go back to Sunday afternoonish, he told me he volunteered to be the replacement nom. Last night, Shelley told me that Kalia told Shelley that Lawan volunteered to go on the block. Today, Jeff took himself off. Lawan went on the block. Lawan got really sad, really emotional, could not believe it, thought for sure that I was going up because there was talk that I might go up again as a pawn. Shelley called him out and said, "Didn't you say you wanted to go on the block? You volunteered to go on the block?" And he said, "I never said that." Tonight, I asked Lawan right on this couch just a couple hours ago, "Did you say you were volunteering to go on the block?" "I never volunteered," he said. I'm sorry, if you volunteer to go on the block and you tell people you volunteered to go on the block, and then you go on the block, and then you say you did not volunteer to go on the block, then something's up. Is he lying to us? Did he never really volunteer? Did he say he was going to volunteer and not volunteer? Did he tell people he was going to volunteer, but then tell us he didn't volunteer? Like, Lawan, you're my man. I really like you. You're really funny. You're cool. I can't wait to fucking party with you, because I know it's going to be a good time. But, dude, you volunteered to go on the block. You went on the block. And we're probably going to send you home. Or to the jury house. Or whatever this fucking twist is. So, be careful who you send home this week. Because there's a chance they may come back to the game. In the Big Brother handbook, there's two don'ts. Don't not use the veto on yourself, Marcellus. Even though Dick did it and got away with it, that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Brendan used the veto on Rachel. Brendan went home. Marcellus had the veto, did not use it. Marcellus went home. Rule 2, never volunteer to go on the block. See Dustin. You volunteered to go on the block, Lawan. You told me you volunteered to go on the block. Kalia told Shelley you volunteered to go on the block. People don't make this up. You backtracked and said you didn't volunteer. You got upset that you went up. You think you have the votes. Really, you don't. Unless Shelley and I change our mind. And if Shelley or I change our mind, And we got Rachel, Jeff, and Jordan coming after us. Maybe there's something going on that I don't know. You know what? There's probably a lot going on that I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I have not been the best player in this game this year. I admit that. I've sucked at a lot of challenges. I admit that too. I did step up and chug that fucking nasty ass concoction, which kept me fat all week, eating bacon wrapped steaks off that motherfucking grill. But I came very close in the veto. You'll see that on Wednesday. I'm sorry I spoiled it for you, but if you're a live feeder, you knew that already. So fucking close. So fucking close. But two things happened with that. I did not have to reveal my alliance yet by taking Jeff off the block. I did not have to not use the veto and possibly anger Jeff, even though we would still have the votes to keep him safe. But as you know, when you're on the block, no matter how safe you feel, you're never safe. So I know I'm not the best player in this game so far, but I am here another week for sure, without a doubt. I will be here Thursday night competing for another HOH. My alliance with Jeff and Jordan and Rachel and Shelly will be called out. The thing I said that I wanted to do when I came to this house was get rid of veterans, get rid of anybody that came in this game. I have that chance this week. I'm passing it up, probably. What is this twist? Will not sending Rachel home spell my doom? Will it hurt me down the road? The good thing about not sending Rachel home is if I'm in the final two against anybody else except Shelly, I can have Rachel's vote. If I'm against Shelly, Rachel could go either way. Depends on if and when one of us takes out Rachel, if we take out Rachel, or if we're sitting in the final chair with Rachel. Sitting in the final chair with Rachel might be a good thing. Because the jury will consist of Luan, Kalia, Portia, Danny, Shelly, Jeff, Jordan. Luan, Kalia, Shelly, Portia would probably vote for me. Because I know that they probably want a newbie to win as well. I can't see any of those four voting for Rachel over me. So this might be a good thing, keeping Rachel around this week and possibly longer. If Rachel doesn't get evicted, Rachel might keep me around. That would be some shit if I'm sitting in the final shares against Rachel, but I'm not there yet. Settle down. Don't get ahead of yourself. I definitely have a chance to impact this game this week by keeping Rachel in. I definitely have a chance this week of fucking myself over by keeping Rachel in. But, Lawan, you volunteered to go on the block. You're on the block. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I would have probably felt better being on the block, because if I was on the block, I would have probably had the votes to stay over Rachel. But not being on the block is better than being on the block. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what pawn scenario you want to throw. I am a good pawn because people seem to like me and like having me around. Good for house banter, as being witnessed in the back room right now. Fun, fun, fun. We could have the Three's Company Alliance. We could have the new PB&J Alliance. We haven't come up with a name for Jeff Jordan, me, and Shelly. I kind of like the NBSB, Northern Boys, Southern Bells. I haven't introduced that yet. It might be the first time I've actually said that out loud. NBSB, Northern Boys, Southern Bells, Chicago, Hoboken, Baton Rouge, and Charlotte. It's definitely an interesting game. Definitely an interesting time. Hope it's fun for you guys. Really hope it is. For the record, I joke about it. I'm not expecting to ever be on David Letterman. I'm not expecting this to turn into anything big. I've said over and over, I'm not looking for fame, I'm looking for fortune. I could really use the $500,000. I could really use $50,000. Shit, I could use $25,000. But the $500,000 would be fucking sweet. And have my name always known as Big Brother 13 winner, Adam Pock. On that note, let's go back to the Roy G. Biv and see what's going on. Thank you very much. Good night. I can't get in.